Hello, everybody, and welcome.
Mardi Gras 100th episode.
That is right. TTV episode 100.
We made it!
Candies for
Gras
the
100.
I know.
I'd like to thank my family, and my mother, and my brother, and my other brother, and my father, and my cat.
Hate you all.
Eljay's family is all dead, so it doesn't really matter. Moving on.
Yes. We have done the impossible, except it's not impossible because we did it last Christmas. And we are here to bring you an episode with everybody here. Now, this has been quite the undertaking, but we have pulled it off. And what this episode is basically going to entail, it will not be a normal episode. We are basically going to reminisce, share some of our greatest moments, talk to you about our past, our history, how we got started, and we have a couple of announcements to make along the way. So. And weird noises coming from Var.
I'm already tired and don't need to be here. Goodbye, everybody.
Come on, Var, get excited! Get hyped!
This is boring!
Well,
I wanted there to be video!
You know,
No video, no fun.
what I bet wouldn't be boring. Amazing Spider-Man 2!
Or our names.
Eljay, shh, it's too early. We're still in discussion mode. Do not assert yourself. I'm not forgetting. But yeah, that movie, it's getting pretty low reviews, unfortunately.
We'll talk about this later.
Okay, fine.
TTV 100 episode, everybody.
Guys,
Let's
don't
talk
insert
about
yourselves
Amazing
into this.
Spider-Man.
It's too early.
Well, Eljay, you do that every week. Eljay, you do that every week like I forget, but I never forget. I always remember.
After 100 episodes, we tend to forget our own names. So, let's remind ourselves what our names are.
I am Blaziken 1110. I mean, messing the heck.
I am Varpanak. I mean Vardaran.
I am Lewa Johnson. Eljay.
I am Son of Skywalker 777 or KAHI'S.
Nice.
I am Little Tiger 2004. No, I'm Super Tiger. No, wait, no, it's a Voki Dragon. No, Toa Mario. No, I'm a man of many names.
Toa Mario.
I am Venom.
I'm Ninja Master 501. Tenebrae Invictus.
I am Fluffy Squiddington.
You know what's sad about all of this? You know what's really sad about all of this? I've always been Keeney, but now I'm at the back of the list.
Always.
Now you're just Keeney.
You've always at the back.
Yeah, always.
Get to the back, Keeney.
Yeah, Keeney.
Sucks back there, doesn't it?
Yeah, the back of the bus
knows.
sure does
Var
suck,
knows.
Var.
Oh.
Congratulations! You've added onto the joke that I was intentionally making!
Realized what you said. That was really racist.
Hear your side.
You know what? Var set it up. Var intentionally set
Varp.
that up.
Varp.
Keeney. Now you're just pushing the blame on me, you racist piece of crud.
Yeah, well, you know what?
That's what happened to
I
your
thought
Canadian.
Canadians were supposed to be nice and accepting.
We are, just not of you.
I thought fat people were
Just
supposed
not
to
of
be
black
jolly.
people. Canadians welcome everybody except for black people. That's where we draw the
Okay,
line.
we're
That's
moving
not even
on.
black people. We
Not
love black
allowed
people.
at
Just
Tim
not Var.
Hortons.
Connie,
Just
you're not
Var.
much better. You should go back to the internment camps.
No.
TTV episode 100. Racism at the back of the bus.
I can't believe this started off like this. Back on track.
This is the best way to start off this episode. What about Spider-Man, guys? Nah.
Okay,
Let's try racism.
What about
Who cares about Spider-Man? He's white.
Oh, not in the Ultimate Universe, he's not.
The crazy train has been derailed early on, Viper.
Going up the rails on a crazy train.
I would just like to take a moment to preface this entire episode and say that this is probably the least professional and probably the most entertaining episode we'll ever put out.
How would you know? You were never on any episode.
Hey! Cutie, I'm pretty sure Phantom Terror has guest starred more episodes last year than you have been here with us.
Oh,
be on an
probably.
episode before
Probably.
you talk, Keen.
But he wasn't here when it started, so ha!
Nah, it's true. It's
Yes.
very, very true.
We've lived full
You weren't
podcasting
even here when it
lives.
started either. No, I'm just-
Yeah, actually,
Once.
no, I was not here when TTV started.
Once.
You technically weren't here when iBZP started either. You joined in like episode 4.
In a time before time.
iBZP. Care to
Before
explain why?
Bionicle, before Hero Factory existed.
No,
there
shut
was
up. Var's going
Bionicle.
to explain
Okay,
it.
yeah,
God.
yeah. That's
What am I
fine.
explaining?
What on earth is this iBZP that you speak of and reference?
Doesn't everyone already know about this? I'm pretty sure we've explained it in the episodes prior. Before.
But think of all the new fans we've got that haven't heard of it.
Yeah, our fan base has expanded exponentially. I think
our fan base is filled with idiots.
It's gone from 2 people to 4 people. That's exponential growth, guys.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that is.
exponentially.
I guess really, what a lot of people probably don't know is before YouTube, we were on BZP. And before BZP, there was another. And this
There was
another podcast.
Cube.
Yeah, there was.
We know
Cube.
not where it comes from, only that it holds the power.
The legends.
was
the rest.
It was the BZPC, you know, the BZP cube.
Yeah,
Alright, so
exactly.
this is the most confusing explanation ever. So basically, I'll keep it short.
No, don't.
TTV.
Short is bad. Give the detailed version.
Yeah, gotta talk about the BZP
Screw the
cube.
detailed. We don't need to go through every single
Dude,
detail.
the
That's
BZP
annoying.
cube.
That's something we reserve for new host.
Because a lot of our drama and happenings we keep outside the public eye, but man, we've had some stuff go down with us over the years.
Like seriously, did you have that like list of
Yeah,
past
yeah,
hosts?
yeah.
Yes,
We've got,
I did in
Shout
fact.
out
I
to
didn't even-
Star for drama.
I didn't even realize how many hosts we've had on the podcast before that we've like combed through.
Yeah.
Didn't even realize our host list was that expansive.
I know.
Would you rather tell the story first or read this list first?
I mean,
Tell iBZP, and then when we get to TTV starting,
I
then
don't
we go
really
for the
want to
castles.
go into details because I'm lazy.
Yeah, you don't have to go into extreme details.
Okay,
Just
fine.
do something.
Anyway,
I'll go
started
into
out
details.
long ago in the year 2009. That's when I met Star Paru and Sideswipe, 2 members of the infamous site bzpower.com. Around that time, we formed iBZP, the Independent Bionicle Zone podcast, a podcast that would talk about Bionicle in the realm of bzpower.com, independent from the staff that reigned there.
And then there was Card Fad, right, Var?
That goes in the details and I don't feel like explaining. Shut up! I'm the one telling the story, not you! You stupid little... Anyway. Back to the story.
Bhakti
iBZP...
fad.
iBZP was formed under the values of creating a podcast by members for members.
That was a slogan.
That was a slogan, indeed. Congratulations. Now, through iBZP, we garnered several new hosts. Those included the likes of Messinac and
Hi.
Keeney Hawkeye and just those 2.
Eljay, actually, by extension.
They're going to get there.
Talk
God.
about that.
Stupid.
It's taboo, exactly. So we're not going to talk about the 3rd member we got. But there were a few other members that we in turn went through and then lost and then stuff. And then around the end of iBZP's days, towards episode 9, I do so believe, it was 8, 9, 10, around that time, we were like, okay, this kind of sucks, this podcast stinks, I think we should reboot the franchise, the amazing iBZP. Yes, I like that. No. Instead, we rebooted it into TTV.
And I hated this idea.
And Meso hated this idea because he was stupid. Let's keep in mind that I was the one in charge of the podcast at this time.
Yeah.
Meso was.
I was
about to
like,
quit.
we have so much name recognition as iBZP. If we stopped and we restarted, we'd lose all our progress.
Yeah, we had so much name recognition, like an audience of 4. And three of those four members, three of those four people listening to us were members of the podcast. Dude, I actually recently looked at our old TTV page on iTunes, and I found it hilarious. Like, 2 of the reviews were from members of the cast.
Yeah.
I think more people read the comic series than actually listened to the podcast.
2 were from the members of the cast, and 1 was Star's mom.
What?
Star's mom, oh my god.
Star's
The
mom,
memories.
man. That was...
I think it was Star's mom. It might have been his aunt or something. It was Star's relative.
Well, Star's mom, like, banned him for, like, the longest time from, like, chatting with us or anything.
I'm disowning you, son, for participating in this terrible podcast.
It has to be a crime.
Anyway. So yeah, decided to reboot it as TTV. Around that time, the member who shall not be named caused me to rage quit and leave the podcast, in turn handing over the rights to Messinac.
Yeah,
And
I wonder who the person could be.
Considering how completely immature, annoying, and stupid Meso was at this time, it's a wonder to think that he was the one I chose. But then when you think about it, no one else was freaking active at all.
It would have been me, or it would have been Eljay, and you did give it to Eljay for a while.
You know, I was about to say, I was the kind of person.
He should not be named. Was never given
the one
the podcast.
who shall not be named.
Hey, no, we have to tell this story.
No!
Yeah, it
truth
was
must be
Eljay,
revealed.
wasn't it?
The forgotten
Eljay
episodes! Eljay, never!
Eljay
you have...
hosted 2 episodes.
No, Meso, you have it wrong.
I remember
Eljay
this. All right,
never
guys,
hosted
I know how
any
to tell this
episodes.
story. Alright, listen up. So here's a little story about Barbanak. He was going on this chat with his posse.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, good grief.
Man, there was a guy named Eljay. They went on and they said, "Hey, how was your day?" "My day was fine. How about yours?" "The day that was cool belonged to me." Oh,
Why
snap.
did you just say mine? Okay.
Alright. Keep in mind.
I thought I was gonna say mine too, but you never know what I'm gonna do next.
Go on, Ben.
No, I'd like to take a
Anyway,
minute,
cut
just
to the
sit right
chase
there.
to get the end of the race. So Varbanok typed with a space, and then Eljay typed about his race, and then Varbanok's like, "Yo, man, that ain't cool." And then Eljay's like, "Man, you're not cool." And then Var's like, "Man, screw you." And then he said, "iBZP."
It's through!
Black people explosion!
Dang! Dang!
Wow.
That was some hardcore freestyle right there.
Van just completely threw down. Wow.
Threw down, slammed down.
It's so good at the same time.
So anyway,
That made me miss the music.
iBZP was through, the VAR left the show, Meso gained the show, and then subsequently, not long after, the VAR rejoined the show, with an absence of Akini and several other iBZP hosts, whom will be mentioned at some other date.
Yes.
Honestly, thinking about it now, we probably should have just mentioned them before we started the story. Anyway.
I can do it right now. I have the list up.
Fine, go ahead.
Right.
Go. Meso is going to briefly comb through the list of hosts that we have gone through. So, before we begin, in memoriam to those we've lost throughout the time, insert some music here. Continue, Meso.
Star
From
Paru.
Autopsy.
Sideswipe. Blackout. Makuta Vahi.
Oh.
Latorian Jollar. Alina. SCOTUS. Tom. Sumiki. Yupari. Thank you, Var.
Continue.
Brickings. Potu. Miraca. Anakin. Hobie. That's...
Are we done?
No, there's more. You would just be a little too loud.
It's fine. That's why we're recording our voices individually.
KO. Jove. Nira. Jordan. And Ian Warner.
you suck!
Comfort here.
Thank you, Var.
That's it.
All right.
Beautiful.
Somebody give a round of applause for that beautiful, beautiful song by Sarah McLachlan.
Yeah, Sarah!
Go, Sarah! Yeah!
11 out of 10 would hear again.
That was actually Sarah, everybody. We had Sarah McLachlan join us for today's episode as a guest.
McLachlan.
We actually asked her to come on as a guest and sing for us, and that was...
And she had
quite literally.
She had a really busy schedule, so she just left.
Man,
Yeah.
she sounded like a man, man.
She had a really bad cold, so I'm glad.
Yeah,
she had a
it is.
bad cold.
I mean, you get like those
sore throat. She had a staph infection.
the vocal cord kind of infection too. You know those the lumps you get.
She had just eaten some
Whatever
cyanide jelly
the heck
beans.
is it?
Really, it's
Yes,
it's
the
a miracle
cyanide
that she
jelly
came on at all.
beans.
Yeah.
Sarah
Cyanide.
McLachlan, you are a trooper, and we appreciate the fact that you're such a big, devoted Bionicle fan, and that you came on the show. Everyone, let's give a moment of silence for Sarah McLachlan. She just died.
Oh my god.
You know, Var, you're gonna look back on this if she dies within the next month. You're just gonna look back on this.
Dude, I'll be a freaking fortune teller. Are
TTV
you kidding me?
episode
That's awesome.
100. Sarah McLachlan's death. Rest in peace.
Wow.
That is such bad
that's
misadvertising.
Sarah McLala.
Some
Anyway.
names on the list I just read. Some names probably sound more familiar to you fans than others.
I'm pretty sure.
And that is... Yes, thank you. I heard
Anybody.
you. So, a lot of these people were on iBZP and then they just kind of faded away. A lot of them were on TTV and just kind of faded away. And a lot of them stuck through till the bitter end. Like Alina,
Oh boy.
Ian was around for a while.
Oh god.
And then he left. If all
Thank
of you have
God.
wondered what's happened to, I'm gonna just call some names: Alina, Nira, Jordan, Ian Warner, and I'll even throw Jove in there because he was on our channel for quite a while, even though not
As
many
an
people
affiliate, he was not
watched.
a host.
Yeah, exactly.
I would also like to say that
Necessary.
Recently, for
They are gone.
the 100th episode, we rounded up all our previous hosts and we put them in one arena and had them kill each other, Hunger Games style.
It was an amazing battle. I am personally impressed with how long SCOTUS managed to
I know.
stand through as she
You never-
battled through Anakin.
I mean,
and
repressed homeschooler really comes out when you're fighting for your life,
was
I
a-
guess.
I'm even more impressed with the fact that Alina managed to just to find a cat in the arena.
I'm amazed. Personally, the biggest surprise to me was when Glatorian Jala won the entire tournament. He was just high, sitting in a corner.
Yeah.
The smoke, it just protected him from
could
everyone's
just-
view.
You could smell the marijuana all the way to the trophy room.
Yeah.
If you're still around GJ and you ever stumble across this, you're cool. You're cool.
Now, if it wasn't illegal, we would release video footage of the Battle
Like,
Royale, but unfortunately, the closest we can get to that is either the movie's Battle Royale or Hunger Games. So, if you haven't watched either of those, go do it. It's pretty much the exact same thing, no worries.
We had
Or
it.
you could just
However-
alter-
Like, we had it
you
done.
could also alternatively watch that scene from Judge Dredd where everyone gets high, and that's basically what GJ was experiencing
Yes,
the entire
that,
time.
yeah, that one.
You know,
The three virtues.
Alternatively-
Starvation games.
alternatively, I
The
heard that.
starvation games. We locked all of our old hosts into a basement and forced them to play StarCraft 2 with Keenan.
You see, alternatively, we have heard that one of the participants drew a picture of the entire conflict by muscle memory alone. So,
Which one was that?
we're not gonna say.
Oh, check the footage, Var. Check the footage. You'll see.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was sitting in a corner drawing the entire battle.
Another
muscle memory.
host was actually, I was surprised how long he survived. But he had like such a large body mass that it was able to shield him from most projectile attacks.
Ah, yeah. He even steamrolled over a couple of the participants.
It was very,
The only
very
thing is
interesting.
that
Poor
he was still one of the first to go down just because he's the biggest target.
Yeah, he had no girlfriend,
Yeah.
basically, and that, like, that...
If only,
he just lost the will to live.
if only he hadn't gone down at the top of a hill. He just rolled. and
Oh,
rolled.
yeah, no, it was like Indiana Jones. Like, people were like Ian was just like, remember how he had to, like, this hard drive, 2 terabytes, he was just running, you know, and as this other cast member
He grabbed a hold of Nira and said, "Come on!"
like,
Come on, Vivi.
I would just like to say Actually, no, screw it. If you hate us, you hate us anyways. Doesn't matter what we say here now.
Meanwhile, Nira and Jordan were ignoring the game completely and were off in their own corner of the map. We're not even going to go into any details. So...
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, so,
Moving on.
like,
In the list, you fans may not even recognize some names at all, like Hobie and KO. That's because they were never really part of the podcast. They were part of Pandemic Panda. They were going to be like Biocraft stuff.
Oh,
yeah,
right,
yeah,
I was
yeah.
about to say, those guys weren't in the podcast, were they? No.
they were
Yeah.
doing the BZP downtime.
Never did in an episode.
Technically.
Yeah, it was during the great BZP downtime of whatever the heck year it was, 2011?
Yeah, it was 11.
Yeah. And we were busy with Biocraft stuff at that time, and we put the podcast on hiatus and effectively killed any momentum we'd gotten since renaming it to the Three Virtues.
I'm so glad Biocraft reinvigorated us to start up again and get back on YouTube.
Except
oh,
it
wait.
did.
And then there's the famous
Yeah, except it
intergroup
didn't.
debate of who proposed the idea to move our podcast to YouTube.
I swear to God, man. It's like,
Dude,
there's a
Scotty,
pattern.
That idea was proposed before
That-
you even
it was-
joined. Don't even start.
I'm not saying that I came up with the idea per se. I am saying that I was pushing where everybody else said absolutely not and called me stupid for like the longest time. And then suddenly it was
If anyone called you stupid, it was just because we couldn't do it realistically until we actually had an alternative to move over our audience to YouTube, which we then got.
I really
Oh,
did.
alas! How
I'm
Biocraft
busy,
was the shining beacon of truth and hope that showed us the way through those darkened times.
If you guys
also
don't
gave
mind,
LJ a really big
I will
ego.
be uploading a screenshot of the final battle in our starvation games.
What have you done?
So just give me a second. Go on with your conversation.
Yeah, meanwhile, while Vin's doing that, let's continue on with the brief history.
Right.
Yes, go on from the restart.
Restart.
Of
Yeah,
TTV.
from when we went to TTV,
Oh,
I
right,
just kind
right.
of skipped
Yeah,
that.
so then TTV came around, which was a quality jump. This is also when we formed our affiliation with BSO1.
And Kanohi Journal, the
And
leading
Kanohi
Bionicle fan magazine.
E-magazine, remember? It was like the
E-magazine.
leading Bionicle E-magazine, because that was so cool in 2000s and not 90s.
The 90s. Not in the 90s, though.
90s.
Anyway. Will Var ever begin, or
Go on.
begin?
I
Will Var
won't
ever
interrupt
be able
again.
to finish his story, or will he constantly be interrupted by really terrible
I won't
jokes?
interrupt again.
Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z!
Yeah, we also used to have all these ads at the beginning of the episodes.
Which we'll probably end up doing again if we can ever actually get a good sponsorship deal.
Oh, definitely.
Anyway. So yeah, so TTV came around, we affiliated with BSO1, Kanohi Journal, quality jump. To be fair, the quality jump wasn't that much bigger. Our audio quality was still pretty much terrible. Our voices were still pretty much, adolescent and squeaky and ear destroying.
More like pre-adolescent.
Pre-adolescent, and basically the only thing that was quality improved was that we actually had a structure, which we have now completely dropped. So
Pretty much.
basically,
We were listening to an old TTV episode a while ago at Eljay, called
No,
the Lego
don't bring this
Store.
up. I don't want to.
oh
hear
yeah,
this
when
again.
you called the Lego store, what episode was that? Anyone remember?
It was
I
episode
could find
8.
It was one of the earlier ones. Yeah, it was
Episode 8, I think Eljay was right.
Episode 8.
And there were two questionable things we did in that episode. We played Hero Factory FM and talked over it, but then Eljay called the Lego store. And he was just giving this dude a hard time about Hero
Listen,
Factory.
I'm sorry.
The funniest thing about it though was that LJ asked a question if they had the new Hero Factory sets in. The dude literally answered the question with a straight up no, right? And then LJ continues the barrage him with no, I'm not talking about Bionicle, I meant Hero
because it wasn't a
Factory."
straight up no, Var. He mentioned
It
Bionicle.
was a straight up
I
no.
guess way
he
back
was about
in the
to
day.
give Eljay the form letter of, we're
my
sorry you're
match
so
to do it.
disappointed,
Okay,
Bionicle.
we get it, okay? Let's
No,
move
LJ,
on with the
I'm
story,
defending
can
you.
we?
I was saying that the reason you did that was because you knew he was going to give you the whole spiel.
I don't need to hear it. Neither do our fans. Let's continue on
Okay,
with the story.
fine. In
I
that
think our
case,
fans need to hear it.
in that case, LJ's. I will take back my explanation. LJ just gave him a hard time for no reason, and you should all hate him because he treats Lego employees badly.
Yeah, you know what?
Toys
Let's
R
go
Us
with that.
employees.
Let's go with that.
Okay,
LJ
let's move on.
is a jerk. Anyway.
Ain't gonna work.
Ain't gonna work. So TTV went on for a good long time. Went through hosts, a little bit of drama here and there, whatever. We had a lovely, good run towards the, midway point, around, like, episodes, 18, not 18, like, 14 maybe, up to, into, like, early 20s, where I would consider that the golden age of TTV, where we, were able to release episodes in a good, scheduled manner. We actually had a decent fan base, a following that actually listened to us and commented on our episodes. That, of course, was like a good following back then was basically like 10 people, but it was a good following. Yeah, that exists and that exists and weren't members of the podcast and or family relatives. So yeah, golden age of TTV. We were releasing episodes in a decent content schedule and whatnot. We had a good, healthy variety of hosts that were consistent. Albeit would eventually start their own drama, but at the time it was good.
Eljay.
Things were going good. And then towards the end of the golden age, there was quite some big drama, which involved a good loss of a chunk of episodes that put us behind by several months, and catching up to where we were took a very, very long time.
Because back then, VAR edited the majority of our episodes, and the workload got to be so bad. We brought in another dude, who I won't name, that was editing our episodes, and then he quit.
Well, no. The issue was because at that time we also had the website going.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we also had a website, a TTV website that we had, and I was the one editing the episodes and also managing the website. And instead of me handling both jobs, we assigned the editing of the episodes to another person in the podcast, and I would focus on the website. Unfortunately, the backlog and the loss of all the episodes and several episodes being unedited and whatnot, and our editor being kind of fail,
Kinda.
put us back several months, and I ended up having to re-edit a lot of the episodes anyway. And then I was back to being the main editor, and subsequently, the other editor left the show, along with two other host members. And this basically killed TTV.
Yeah.
For a good while. That, coupled with the fact that BZ Power was also taken down by hackers,
Yes.
BZP being our main way of distributing our episodes. So,
They were like, this has been taken down by hacking too many times. It's time we upgrade, but don't worry, it'll only take a month.
right, yeah, they promised
It will
that
only
the
take a
upgrade...
month, they said.
They promised the upgrade would take a month, it ended up taking several, and we were kind of out of luck.
Half a year, in fact.
TTV was put... TTV was put onto a long hiatus, and once BZ Power was back, we started to show up again, and it was around this time Kahi discovered that there was a... What was that that website called, Kahi?
Rebrick,
yes. So, before we had been discussing moving TTV over to YouTube for a while now, because BZ Power had its own podcast, its own following, and, like, we had a following on BZ Power, but it was very minimal, and we had wanted to branch out. In fact, that was kind of the founding idea of creating TTV, and that would, like, change it from, iBZP. Like, the reason the name was changed was so we could branch away from BZ Power and become our own thing.
Exactly. VAR
than-
was very forward-thinking. No, because, number one, he did that... You did it because you wanted to branch us out and give us freedom to do things rather than be shackled. And also, correct me if I'm wrong,
Individuality.
you knew that BZP, it wasn't necessarily a sinking ship, but it wasn't doing as great as it once was. Bionicle had been ended.
Because around that... Yeah, but Bionicle had been canceled about that time. So I think my thought process was BZ Power's not going to be around forever. We might as well adopt a new name so that we can make a name of ourselves later on throughout the line, rather than relying on BZP. Of course, that switch over didn't happen until this point after the hiatus in the Golden Age, when Kahi discovered Rebrick. Rebrick allowed us to link to YouTube on BZ Power. Now, this was a big deal because back then, BZ Power did not allow YouTube to be mentioned at all on the website, and it was censored.
Pretty much.
Yes, it was taboo. And it was censored. So that means distributing episodes on YouTube wouldn't have worked. However, with the inclusion of Rebrick, it did. So, we formed our YouTube channel and started uploading episodes there. Also around this time, we started up Biocraft.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because we had tried to
helped.
do episodes during the downtime, but it didn't work. So we had this other project that we did during the downtime that ended up turning into something much bigger, and that was Biocraft.
Yeah, during the hiatus when we couldn't really work on TTV, that was around the time we started developing Biocraft. And we posted the first teaser on the channel, got a surprising amount of feedback.
Ironically, because
It's-
BZP posted.
Actually, kind of strange, because I don't recall ever actually, like, spreading the word. I'm pretty sure, like, it was literally all word of mouth how that
Here's
video
what happened.
became.
I spread it to 2 places, Mask of Destiny and the Minecraft forums. It got a couple hundred views, nothing major, then BZP posted it on their news, and ironically helped us, and that's what catapulted it.
Yeah, I think I was one who requested it.
And then,
posted
yes,
the news.
word
I
of
think
mouth entirely from that point. It was posted nowhere else.
Yeah, from that point, entirely word of mouth, which is great. And that got us a lot of attention on our channel, which in turn helped us start to market our podcast a bit better once that actually got started out. So yeah, that is pretty much most of the history of the podcast itself.
Yeah.
Started from the bottom, now we here, basically.
Started from the bottom, now
Um,
I will
No
like
copyrighted
mention.
music.
I will mention one of the big things that for me, watching this podcast because I wasn't at the founding. One of the things that really solidified it for me was when you guys started interviewing actual people that worked with Bionicle. Specifically, the first one was Gallagher. That was the one that got my attention.
That also got us a lot of attention on BZ Power itself. We've interviewed several people from LEGO itself. Comic book artist Lee Gallagher,
Randy Elliott.
not Christian Faber, Randy Elliott.
Randy Elliott.
Yes, and then we also recently interviewed Greg Farshty, and that's also on the channel. And we also had our affiliation with BSO1. That's when we started Makuta Fest, which was also a big selling point and attention grabber for our podcast. So it started really, really slow. To think that we were making episodes for a good portion of a year, and our audience was literally only 10 people.
Yeah.
Like, that's actually really impressive when you think about it, that we were able to keep going despite such low numbers, because it's only started, like, the latest few weeks or so, months or so, where we've actually started getting, like, 1,000 views per episode.
Exactly.
That
Yeah.
is completely new, and it's great that it's happened, but I find it very interesting that we were able to continue for so long and actually reach 100 episodes despite all the shortcomings
We got
and
knocked
the
down
lack of a
so
true
many
audience.
times.
Yeah, we got knocked down pretty hard, so it's cool that we're still here.
Yeah.
Then what the heck is this?
Now,
I have
This is-
now posted the screenshot that I mentioned earlier about our starving games.
What is
Here
with the
we have
shark?
the last 2 contestants.
The TTV Centennial
This should
blunder
be the
games,
series.
I guess. Right.
As you can see,
I
the
like the
last
shark.
2 former hosts were in an epic battle of sword versus bow and arrow. When they were about to be
that's a sword. It looks like the Olympic torch.
eaten by a shark. But then
Does the shark have any
Suddenly-
symbolism?
a
The meteor that
fell
killed
from
the
sky.
dinosaurs.
The moon from Majora's Mask.
Aquamagna on
Magna.
fire.
A really hot meat.
Aquamagna.
You mean Aqua Magna?
No.
Aquamagna.
A fragment of Aquamagna.
See,
Ooh, LJ called it Barra Magna.
No, you're
Ooh, I
all
got my own-
wrong.
Spur of the
Burn.
moment. Goodness.
you are all wrong. See, where it came
He
from?
wishes it was Baragva.
Let me explain where it came from. See, I had the runs, and
Oh no.
Oh no.
I will not go any further, actually.
Wow,
Just
just-
Alright, anyway, continuing on from where I left off. So that was basically a very brief overlook of the history of the podcast itself, and how we came into fruition and whatnot. Obviously, we left out quite a few bunch of details, some important details, that kind of thing.
There are some details we're choosing not to reveal because they were personal disputes.
Yeah, there are some things a little too personal. We're not going to be going into it. But that was basically how we got to this point. And it's great that we're mentioning this now because, you get to experience it.
Yes, we do have some announcements to make. And take it away,
Now,
a big one.
Yeah. So now, earlier in the, earlier in our cycle of life for the podcast, iBZP and early TTV episodes, we utilized iTunes to distribute our episodes, as well as Podomatic, which was, a free MP3 downloading thing. Well, I am proud to say that we are finally, after, that's almost been years, I think, years of podcasting, we are finally back on iTunes.
Yeah!
Which is a very exciting announcement, because what this means is that we now have a database of every single episode that we have released, except for episode 4, up until this point, all in one place that can be accessed completely free and downloaded to your iPod, iPhone, or Android device.
Yeah.
Yes.
What happened to episode 4?
Yes, my
Okay,
Android
really,
is somehow compatible with iTunes. What in the world?
Yes, because you can download the MP3 off of iTunes.
Here's the thing with episode 4. I don't know what the heck happened to it. But
yeah, episode 4 was lost in time and space.
I know this is
somehow.
a stretch. I doubt many of our fans, if any, followed us back then. This is our last hope. If any of you out there know where you can get, or if you have episode 4 of TTV, please tell us. Or else
I do believe it's Your Mom Is My Hero is the title of the episode.
Correct.
Like a random fan like has it hostage, and they're like,
well, you never know. Someone might have downloaded it.
We did used to have them for
know.
download, so if you wanted to watch it, you had to download it.
We could just...
Anyway, so my announcement isn't quite done. So that we are on iTunes. We're also on another distribution RSS feed type system called, what was it called again?
I remember what it is. I just forget the name.
Var-O-Matic.
No, not
It's
Var-O-Matic.
Stitch something.
Stitcher,
Yeah.
yes. We are now also on Stitcher along with iTunes.
Oh,
This
really?
can actually be directly downloaded to your Android device as well as Windows Phone, and you can access our episodes there as well. It isn't quite as accurate as iTunes is. For some reason, it doesn't really seem to read the RSS feed that I wrote correctly, so some episodes may be omitted from it, and some might have strange coding errors, but you can find us there, and it will be updated with newer episodes. Now, the best part about iTunes is that not only can you actually access all of our older episodes, but this also means you'll have early access to any future TTV episodes that are going to be released before they're on YouTube.
oh yeah.
That would make sense.
Yes, so it's great because if you follow us, or whatever the term is, on iTunes.
Subscribe.
Is it subscribe? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
If you subscribe to us on iTunes, you will be automatically updated with every episode we release as well.
Yup.
And it will automatically download to your computer and or iPhone if you so request.
Right.
So, you'll be able to access all episodes early, and it's completely
Free.
completely free.
You don't even
Yeah.
need to pay the...
You don't even need to use the effort to actually click download because it will just download for you.
In fact, you don't even need to pay the price of a pencil.
Yes.
Please no,
And
The
it's
LJ.
price of
Yeah.
a pencil.
Honestly, one of the great things about being on iTunes as opposed to YouTube, if any of you have an iDevice, you know very well the moment you hit like the off button to kind of dim the screen on your iDevice, the YouTube video stops. So you kind of have to keep it on and make sure you have to be
Yes.
looking at this video the entire time. Now with iTunes, you can multitask listening to TTV. You can go on the
Exactly.
bus, you can go jogging,
No,
you can go.
That's awesome. I've done
Yes,
it.
Right?
exactly.
It's pretty great.
You can
So-
now listen to the podcast
That new YouTube
without your
thing
iDevice being
Yes.
on,
It all
using the
sounds pretty
screen
good.
brightness.
You're like,
So
you
it's-
must watch this video. or
It's
I
great.
won't
You can
play.
access
You can-
us on the bus. You can Do all that.
Yeah.
With Stitcher. Stitcher is also a streaming service. So that means you don't actually have to download the episodes to listen to them. So if you're going to be using iTunes, you can download the episodes. But with Stitcher, you can just stream it so you don't have to waste any bandwidth or space that you might not want to, or data. Well, actually, I'm pretty sure Stitcher still uses up data, but...
yeah, we'll use data, but like if you use like, if you're connected to your school Wi-Fi or your library Wi-Fi or something, public Wi-Fi in every area.
You just have really good, service.
Very good service. I mean, it's especially good for people that have like, older iPods or stuff, like 8 gigabytes, and you don't really want to, fill all of that because you have like apps and pictures and that kind of stuff. It's good. You can just stream it. You don't have to download anything. You don't have to worry about that space being taken up on your phone or your iPod or whatnot. So
it's basically Pandora really for radio shows and podcast. So that's great. You can just search up the 3 Virtues on Stitcher. No, not the 3 Virtues. The TTV Podcast on Stitcher.
TTV Podcast. Rebranded.
Okay.
Yes.
So.
That's another announcement that we'll get into in like a quick second. Almost done with this though. So search up the TTV Podcast on Stitcher to find us. On iTunes, search Pandemic Panda. I found that is the best way to find us on iTunes. And yeah, really exciting news. I'm glad we're back on iTunes. Great.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah, hope everyone enjoys that.
There's one more thing I want to say before we move on.
Description.
And that is not only will there be 99 episodes of the TTV podcast available, but there will be some other stuff that we used to do, I believe.
Yeah. All of our specials, literally every audio episode thing we ever released at the time, including our specials, our off shows.
We have a plethora of Comic Maker, BZ Power Comic Maker, and Mockus interviews.
My Comic Maker interview.
Yeah, all of our interviews, the Advent Calendar series.
We have 2 library specials with Keenan.
Our library specials, the movie coverages that we did, they are all on iTunes.
Yes.
And can all be accessed there.
Now,
that's some classic stuff right there.
Going
very classic stuff.
Going forward. Well, you go first.
Okay, yeah. Now, heed my warning very carefully. These are old.
They are bad.
They are very, very bad. I would like to say that accessing these episodes is more of an experiment and an experience to kind of see where we come from. Do not go into these episodes expecting to be entertained. Yeah. Because you will not be entertained.
No, actually you will be entertained by how high our voices are.
You might be entertained from the first 5 minutes.
From
the first 5 minutes.
From the former fan, believe me, it's funny.
Yeah, you could go one of 2 ways. One, you'll laugh your butt off listening to how terrible the older episodes were, or 2, your head will explode at how horrible those episodes were. So proceed with caution, especially since I wasn't there.
Yeah, they are very, very bad episodes.
They have our humor when we were like 14. I was 14. Meso was like, what, 12?
Well, see, Kahi didn't join until later episodes. Meso was in charge of the podcast, very first episode of TTV.
And that's exactly why I was terrible.
He was 12 years old at the time.
Should we put up the older iBZP episodes on there too?
Let's talk about that later.
No. iBZP already has its own iTunes thing.
Oh,
so
okay.
You can just access it there.
If you're we're desperate.
Shh. We're not going to be releasing new episodes of iBZP, so there's no point in adding the iBZP episodes to the TTV one if it already has its own feed. But yeah, so you can access iBZP episodes as well. Search up iBZP if you want. I don't recommend it, but if you want to, go ahead. It is an experience. But yeah, back to my warning. These are really, really bad episodes. The quality is terrible. Some of us were using headphone earbuds as microphones by inserting the earbuds into the microphone jack and then talking into it. The quality is literally awful. Minus the fact that our voices are completely terrible, and our humor is completely terrible. I'm pretty sure we would have laughed at fart jokes. Not that much has changed.
Hey guys, guess what?
Yeah, not that much has changed. But yeah.
But yeah, man, those episodes were worse than awful. They were bad.
But yeah, you do get to experience where we came from. You get to see all the hosts that we've gone through. Literally every host that we've gone through. You get to know who we're talking about. So that is good. If you actually do want to listen through every episode, you will understand pretty much all of our TTV jokes and references, because we still reference literally everything from the past.
Not
Man, time and space. We lost our home at Tenebrae Mardi Gras, which we reference to this day.
Well, Mardi Gras is probably the biggest reference we make. That's not that.
We don't talk about flying anymore.
Price of a pencil still gets referenced.
We don't do flying anymore.
There was once a time where my internet was so bad I would cut out every couple seconds, and there was one point where I was like,
I'd be in the middle of a sentence, and then he'd cut.
That's actually my interview episode. Like before I was a cast member, I got interviewed by everybody here for Comic Maker Spotlight, and I just stuck around, and I guess I was here as a result. But one of the things that happened is that joke, "What about flying?" was one of those things that popped up there, and then you can also see people like Tom. Tom was there. I think Miru is there too.
That interview was the biggest mistake of our lives.
Yeah, I know.
I'm pretty sure I was playing Left 4 Dead 2 while interviewing you.
You were, yes. The first time we did it, you started screaming because you got, I think, a zombie had sprung up on you or something, and you're just absolutely furious.
Yeah, so, professionality. That was us.
I remember watching one of the episodes called Bloody Murder, and Var randomly screams, and it's really bad audio, and it made me jump during my class.
Yeah, I suggest reading the descriptions of each episode before you actually listen to them, because some might give a hint as to. We usually name our episodes off after something in the episode.
Oh yeah, we do that to this day.
Yeah, we do that to this day. So
the hosts are away.
Yeah. So if you see an episode titled "Bloody Murder" in all caps, there's probably some stuff that's gonna go down.
Yeah.
Eljay bot.
Now going forward, correct me if I'm wrong. This is just what I'm thinking. My thought process. TTV episodes will definitely be going up on iTunes. Chima Ninjago coverages probably will as well.
That is definitely
because
a possibility.
Those are audio. Yep. Those have pictures. Series that will not be going up. No recaps, because that's video. No analysis, because that's video. Autopsy, probably not, because that has video. Anything else we do?
Autopsy probably could, but I don't think it will, because it's really beneficial to watch the video and the visuals that I use in the show to understand what I'm talking about.
And so if we do any specials that just have slideshows, they'll probably get put up too.
Yeah, so you'll be able to find a good portion of our content, since we're pretty much all audio based on iTunes, and you can access it before it'll be on YouTube, because with YouTube we're gonna have to make the video and upload it and everything. With iTunes it's pretty much just an automatic thing.
Exactly.
So Basically, as soon as we are through recording and going over the audio editing, it's going to be up online and you can access it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it is literally the fastest way to get any TTV content.
Exactly. And that is pretty much all that needs to be said about that.
Correctamundo.
Announcement 2. Do I make it or do you?
Who's gonna announce?
I can make it? No.
No, I can do it.
Wait, what are we announcing?
LJ's
The
barely even
rebranding.
talked this entire time. Let's let LJ do
right.
it.
Sure. I'm okay with this.
I can do it if you want me to.
Actually, yeah, let's have Var do it, because LJ sucks at talking.
Hey. Stupid then.
Basically, I mean, it's not even that big of an announcement. I mean, it's a big announcement, but it's not like it requires a lot of explaining. Basically, we've rebranded our podcast again. In the exact same vein of us rebranding iBZP to the Three Virtues, we have now changed our title from the Three Virtues to just simply the TTV Podcast.
Or TTV for short.
Or TTV for short. Now, you may be wondering, no, why would you do this? Or maybe you're just thinking that is a terrible name in general, but oh well, that sucks.
A lot of people call us that anyway.
Yeah, a lot of people call us TTV.
Right. I do.
But
it's
the reason that we have switched the name is, like I said, the same reason we switched from iBZP. We wish to kind of branch away from the pre-established, not so much the series, because with iBZP, we changed the name because we wanted to get away from BZ Power. With TTV, we just want to get away from any connotation that might be generated from the name that isn't actually related to our content. So, for example, the Three Virtues does have religious context.
Right.
And we don't want people coming to our channel assuming that that's what the channel is about.
Yeah.
How dare you not be religious?
How dare you not include the actual Three Virtues by Confucius?
Yeah, we don't want to. We don't want
The
to.
Son and the Holy Spirit.
We don't want there to be any confusion or any anger for using the term as our name.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Also for branding purposes in general. The
It
Three
helps to
Virtues
have
for
our
are-
own
yeah,
content.
yeah. For copyright purposes as well, should we also announce the LLC?
Why not?
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, for copyright purposes, we are creating our own official LLC.
Pandemic Panda.
Starting our own business, and because of this, we
Yep.
wish to be able to market our own title as ours.
Trademark, yeah.
Yeah,
The
trademark.
idea is that we're wanting to trademark a lot more of our stuff, and with if you can see from like the logo and the stuff we've been trying to do, originally our logo was the Unity Duty Destiny symbol, and that's a copyrighted image by the
Yeah,
logo group.
exactly.
So yeah, we come up for a new logo, a new name. We're getting our website up. We're doing all this kind of thing. We're trying to make ourselves into an actual production company.
Yeah,
by
we're
registering.
expanding a little bit, trying to make it better for more TTV content to be put out there.
And
with
what we announced at the beginning
little
of the year,
limitations.
that's still
Basically,
coming. The
yeah.
website. We're still
Right.
doing
the
it.
website is
Yeah,
still
we
coming. We're
are.
still working on
The
that.
website is still coming. We're all we used to be, except now we pay taxes with a different.
Yeah,
name.
basically. that's
Basically.
all that's changed. But it's been a gradual change, and it doesn't mean that anything's going to be different as far as our content
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah.
It's all going to be the same.
gonna be
If
better.
anything, that means we'll be able to make more content and more original ideas and produce even more quality videos for everyone subscribed to us on the channel. So it's a
Right.
win-win for everyone.
Now here's an important question I gotta ask, because I'm not clear about this myself, and I know it's reopening an old debate. Will we be changing the channel name? Or will we be leaving it alone?
Yes.
That is a big question that hasn't really been decided on yet. I think maybe we should put this episode up and get a feel for what
Right.
the fans think.
I do think that we could just change to like the Google name, like the actual
Well, yeah, the
Whatever the
URL, we
Google
can't
flag.
change
Well,
the
the
URL.
Google
right.
the Google name is Tres Virtues.
Yeah, we could change
right,
that.
can
exactly.
change
That's
that.
what I'm we should change it to TTV Podcast, basically.
Yeah, we could probably. Well, I don't know. We can just do
But
that.
the URL will still be
We could just change it to Pandemic
youtube.com/user/
Panda.
the Three Virtues. That also works too.
That's the other thing.
Pandemic
Expect
Panda
to see the name Pandemic Panda going around more, because that
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
is-
So
that is us.
Pandemic Panda has been around, right? You've probably
Right.
seen the logo in our
We
avatar.
sign off with Pandemic Panda and descriptions now.
Yeah, we do that. We used to have it in our YouTube background, but since YouTube's changed their layout, we no longer have
For
that there,
those that
but
don't know what it is, we don't really either. It's just a name.
at the moment, it's just a name. We want it to be a little more. So, Pandemic Panda is quite literally our brand. It is our company. Everything that we produce comes from Pandemic Panda. The Three Virtues is not our name, or our company, or our brand. It might be what people know us as, but the Three Virtues is literally just the podcast.
It's a subsidiary.
And at that point, it's no longer even the Three Virtues, it is now the TTV Podcast.
Yes.
So, it might cause a little bit of confusion from the time being, but this has been a long time coming, and it's something we've been slowly going towards. It's been a gradual
Every
process.
project
so,
of ours will be a subsidiary of Pandemic Panda,
Yeah,
including
okay.
unannounced
Yeah.
projects
You might-
and projects like TTV Podcast, Autopsy, Biocraft, on eBay
Yeah.
today, even though that's canceled.
Biocraft is a Pandemic Panda production, not a Three Virtues
Right.
production.
Okay, to put it in a bit more like a analogy, it's basically if you look at people like Stan Lee and Jack Kirby and all. They do stuff with Marvel Comics. And they're the people doing the Marvel Comics group. But Marvel Comics is itself owned by Disney. And Disney also owns, like, Lucasfilm, which is Star Wars and, like, all the Disney stuff. Pandemic Panda is, like, our Disney. And, we have, one division, like Marvel Comics, for TTV Podcast, and, all the shows that we do as a subsidiary.
Yeah, from the TTV Podcast, like the coverages and stuff. That's all TTV Podcast stuff.
Right, so like all the comics, like you have Spider-Man and Iron Man, all that stuff, that's still like, on eBay today.
Like coverages, movie
Autopsy.
coverages, Eljay.
Pretty much
all that
the
stuff.
main productions of Pandemic Panda were the podcast and BioCraft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I swear.
And then you have, like, a never deal. Basically, but they haven't bought us yet, so.
Never mind.
Okay. I just realized something we forgot to talk about was our new content schedule. That was a pretty big deal.
We can go over that in a second, I guess.
Yeah.
But yes, so Pandemic Panda is the name we'll be going by. You'll probably see it a bit more. Probably going to be displaying it a lot more.
We should make our avatar colored instead of the black thing.
Maybe we might change the avatar a little, the icon match more with our theme. But yeah, maybe we'll change the channel name to Pandemic Panda.
We'll see.
Don't know.
Give us feedback.
Probably
would that be too confusing?
Yeah,
which would you prefer, TTV Podcast or Pandemic Panda? Either way works. Because the website
the issue is that if we name the channel itself the TTV Podcast, people will assume that's the TTV Podcast. The whole thing's the TTV Podcast, but everything is Pandemic Panda, not the podcast.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
So that's the confusing part. We want to kind of change the brand to Pandemic Panda because that's been our brand for a while. We just haven't really used it much. But
I think it would.
It also might lead to some confusion for our audience, and we don't want that. So just give us some feedback. If it doesn't seem like it's that bad of an idea, we might go with it. If you really are accustomed to the three virtues, we'll just stick with the TTV Podcast.
Yeah.
I think it would be a lot wiser to just go ahead and change it to Pandemic Panda, so that way all of the content that we release will, it'll be a lot more obvious that it's released under the name of Pandemic Panda, because that's what it really is. Not everything is a TTV Podcast production.
Yeah, if we do change it to Pandemic Panda, expect a lot of warning prior. We'll make videos on it, we'll do announcements, making sure that everyone is aware that the name will be changed.
Exactly.
And when we do make those announcements, spread the word so that everyone is aware.
Because I know there's a lot of people that somehow still think...
Yeah.
A lot of people still think the Three Virtues is one guy.
The Three Virtues is not one guy. I don't know where that idea came from, but if you had watched more than one video on the channel, you would know it's not one guy.
Podcast name.
A lot of people think the Three Virtues is VAR.
Yeah.
Because of Bionic Autopsy.
The three VARs.
Yeah, no. I am not the Three Virtues. And the Three Virtues isn't anything but a podcast.
Yeah, so podcast name will remain the same, TTV, etc., etc. Everything else, just remember, is done by our group known as Pandemic Panda.
Indeed. Now then, Meso.
Yes.
Did you want to announce anything?
Well, yeah. I think I'll announce the next bit. So, we have scored... We were talking earlier about some interviews that we've gotten in the past, most notably Lee Gallagher, Randy Elliott, and Greg Farshtey, of course. And now, we've got another one. And we'll probably make a separate video about this later on when more details have been finalized. As of now, the only details are that it is happening. So, right now, we would like to announce we have got an interview with Stuart Sayger, Bionicle comic artist for 2006 and 2007, and Viper is dying.
Literally, please.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yay.
A lot of you didn't even know this, I don't think. This has just kind of been sprung right now. Keeney, are you still even there?
I was going to tell me something really morbid, and then it was like, oh yeah, it's Stuart Sayger. I'm like, ah!
Yep. Keeney, are you even still there?
Yeah. Barely.
Stuart Sayger interview. What do you think?
That's whoop-dee-woo-woo-woo-woo.
That's cool.
Yay.
Wait, who the heck is that?
He's the okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Except I know who he is. It's not a big deal.
I'm very happy to hear that, but I'm almost sad at the same time because I'm the only one here who's actually spoken to Stuart. So after we do that interview, I won't be able to say I'm the only one here that's talked to more comic artists than everyone else.
Yeah, but Eljay, I mean, Meso is still gonna be the only one who can say he's friends with Greg Farshty. You Meso no matter what.
Yeah, and I'm not even gonna bring it up, but.
So are we gonna have to say goodbye to you, Kai? Are you really leaving?
Looks like we already are in the Skype chat. Everyone's just typing bye.
Bye, but I want him to say goodbye.
He's not
Can you
gonna
not
say
postpone
goodbye.
it to announce on air and everything?
It's funny because Venom, your avatar, it looks like it's looking down at KAHI'S.
Oh gosh,
Something's
Kahi is
come
not
up,
there on my
guys.
screen.
Kahi, are you
He
there?
had something tonight, and that was no. Okay,
Okay, yeah.
Are we
Kahi,
going to have to?
Do
say
you
goodbye?
have to leave right now?
I do have to leave.
You
right
want
now.
to
I
leave.
was hoping that this would. I was hoping we'd be
actually
done by now.
You know he's just gonna go see a movie, I think, with some IRL friends.
Okay.
This late? I don't
This
think.
can't go. This can't go anywhere. Apparently one of my friends proposed to somebody, and it's a very bad decision. We're gonna have to talk out of it. And it's
Well,
like
in that case, yeah, go deal with that.
This came up, and I'm like,
I'm sorry,
yeah,
how old is
it's
your friend?
normal. Like 19, 20-ish.
He's making a mistake.
I know. I literally like it. Just they said that something might be going on tonight, and I said, okay, well, I have a 2 hour gap, and said, all right, well, maybe we just thought there was something wrong.
Wait,
So we'll get,
what's going on? I completely missed that. Sorry.
okay,
One of KAHI'S friends is being proposed to.
hello.
Well, shit.
Why tonight?
Why tonight?
Whoa,
Dude, I don't
hold
know.
on.
Tell them to hold
Are
back.
you
their
trying to tell me that KAHI has
No.
real life friends?
What?
Tell them to
nonsense?
postpone their stupid proposal.
It's not. No, it's someone is wanting to propose. And,
Oh, so it hasn't even happened, then forget that.
Out of it. That's why it's so urgent.
Too bad. Tell
No,
them to wait.
Will happen.
So
This is
Why do
why
you need
exactly
to
do
go to
you
it?
have to talk him out of it?
because because it's
Because
a
he's
bad
throwing his
idea.
life away.
Well,
But your
Viper,
other friends,
you don't get to
Yeah.
talk.
your other
You're
friends
like,
can't handle it.
no.
No, they can't.
Well,
They're not left with me.
everyone-
at
got
least,
married.
you're leaving for a
That
good
I know at
cause,
that age is
and not to go see
I'm
a
sorry.
went wrong.
I would love to be
You're
here.
killing
and,
children.
I was hoping we'd be able to get like at least 2 hours in, but
Well, you shouldn't have talked so much before we started. So
Yeah.
Well,
Well, you're guilty of that too.
at
Okay,
least you're
you-
leaving to help
you're all guilty
friends
of the
and
same.
not to go see a movie, so that is fine. We bid you adieu.
Probably a lot.
there's no movie. There's no movie.
It's
I would
so
want to
late
see
for a
tonight.
movie. There's no
There's
way.
literally-
I saw Winter.
Yeah.
Oculus.
It's like it's
Oculus is pretty good.
They don't do. I didn't even think about that. Thank you, Var. No. No.
Yeah, if you want a
do
movie
hit
that's
that
not
show-
Spider-Man, go see Oculus. I enjoyed that a lot. Anyway.
But
only
yeah,
if
well,
you really don't want to see Spider-Man.
Bye, Kai.
Well, it's
Rotten
a
Tomatoes
quick message. It's been fun. 100 episodes, yay! Keep making
Yay.
fan stuff. That's like the greatest thing that's honestly come out in 100 episodes is that we have actual fans who do actual fan content.
Die.
It's one of the, like it really is great. So keep on that. See you. I'm Kahi.
kill yourself already, please.
Get out of here. You're a disgrace to the TTV name. There, he's gone.
I guess you could say Kahi just went off air.
Moving on from where we left
Yeah,
off.
Stuart Sayger interview, more details will be finalized very soon. We basically were just postponing. He agreed to it, and he said he was busy, so give him a little bit of time. And we said that works. We're busy too, 100th episode. So we're each giving each other a little bit of time, and then we will reconvene, hash out specifics. we don't know yet if we're going to do, but this has not been talked about at all, if we're going to do fan questions like with Greg Farsty. But that will be decided at a later date.
That'd be cool.
And that is
Maybe
pretty
like
much...
Q&A.
Yeah, pretty much.
If
And
we do fan questions, we'll be picking and choosing the ones we
Yes.
ask. So.
Yeah.
no
obviously.
funny business fans.
Ask
Yeah,
us
no
anything
funny
we
business.
might answer.
We'll ask Sayger anything, and we might ask the question for you.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yes, so that's that. We might have one more thing to announce.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know.
We have some stuff.
Yeah,
We have
I'm
a
not
bunch of stuff,
sure.
actually.
It's
Unless
way
you're
the
thinking of
odds
something
here.
different than I'm thinking.
I think
I'm thinking you're all crazy.
Look,
So-
if you guys want to open this proverbial can of worms, I am with you every step of the way. I have the bomb shelter ready over here. We can duck into it in emergencies.
Actually, Meso, I'm already in the shelter and I locked the door.
Maybe wait until the behind the scenes video is released.
I think we'll wait. We'll wait.
Wow. What a
Yeah, but
We
now
got-
we just
yeah, what a tease.
What a
Yeah,
swerving
So
swerve.
for you guys fans, just know we have things planned.
things you've been asking for.
Well, don't tell them that. Now they know.
We may as
Hey,
well
they've
tell
been
them
asking
now.
for a lot. They've been asking for
it's
on
not
eBay
pictures
today
of
for like
LJ's face.
months.
We know you want that, but
Yeah, but they've been asking for okay. Other than that, what have they been asking for? Autopsy and eBay today. One is back, and one we told them would never come back.
Hey,
So there's only one other thing they've asked for.
Winter solstice.
Taking
No
piss.
one cares about winter solstice.
about winter solstice.
Yeah, I care about
Yeah,
winter
me
solstice.
too.
Was that?
I'm talking about the fans, you idiots.
What is
fan.
winter solstice?
I'm
At least I
of
was a
TTV
fan
and
until you
Pandemic
guys
Panda.
like dragged me onto this poop hole that you call a podcast.
Poop hole.
Okay,
Anyway,
well,
let's
if you
just
guys
get on
don't
with
want to,
the,
I think we could announce it, but it would ruin the point of that thing. So.
Yeah,
we'll
I
wait.
think
tease.
we'll keep it.
Such a tease.
Well,
So
Yes, TTV.
then I guess we have two more things to talk about, and the next one is also LJ. So
Yo.
go on.
The trials and trails of the past are over.
So, in the wee old days of TTV's YouTube-ness, actually before we even posted the first episode, in the midst of us posting the Biocraft trailers, we did this little thing called TTV Vlogs. And I was a little bit special. It was myself, Meso, and Var. And I was a little bit special in the fact that I wore a cardboard mask that I handcrafted. Well, I've gone through several iterations of that mask. The most recent one you guys have seen in various recap skits and a Happy Thanksgiving video. Well, I've grown kind of tired of having to wear that old, rusty, kind of cumbersome cardboard Miru. It kind of chafes the bottom of my nose and really annoys me, and the peripheral vision is terrible.
And sets
So-
him up for really, really bad jokes that aren't funny.
And no love life.
This
Get into
mask will protect my. Never mind.
Getting back to the point. So I'm tired of the cardboard mask, and I want to give away some prizes. However, I want something in return, so I'm not really giving away anything. I'm just demanding something, and you'll get
Hey.
something for it.
Yeah.
The
Pretty much.
objective for the 100th TTV episode podcast, the new contest, is to make me a new Miru.
That's right.
You have-
LJ's
Wow.
work for him.
Way to make the 100th episode about you.
Yeah,
Yes.
like really.
You're no better than BZ Power.
You see, I should have phrased that differently. The contest for the 100th episode. There we go. That's better.
Yeah.
Make me a new mask. You have
Sounded
until
like an angry drunk right there.
the contest begins today, right now, while you're listening. It's begun. It ends June 23rd. So you have until June 23rd to make me a full-sized Kanohi Miru from 2001. Now, it has to be made out of either cardboard, pepakura, or metal. And it cannot be made out of papier-mâché, paper, or glass.
Wait, what's wrong with paper mache?
I've dealt with papier-mâché. It did not work for me.
Well, that's
Well,
because
just
you
'cause it
suck
didn't work
at
for
it.
you.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that it might not work for someone who knows what they're doing.
Just make me a good Miru, and it has to be painted gold as well. In
Oh
return,
wow, you don't ask for much.
in return,
What if you allowed the paper mache, but if it doesn't work out, then you don't have to choose it?
okay, fine.
Dun, dun, dun,
Paper
dun,
mache,
dun.
cardboard, pepakura, or metal. It has to be one of those things. It cannot be all of them. Unless you make me multiple Mirus.
All of them.
Well,
That's it. I'm gonna make a paper mache metal Miru mask.
LJ will get a Frankenstein Miru.
I kind of actually want to do that. The mouth, the whole under mouth thing is gonna be metal. Then the
Breaking
forehead will be
news, Kahi's
cardboard.
friends troll him.
you know what? He deserves it. He deserves it so
They
bad.
just
But
did
anyway,
it to get him out of the house. Yeah, carry on.
so, in return, I will pay for the shipping. You have to send it to me. The winner will be decided by me. And you have to send it to me. I'll pay for the shipping, and in return you will also get a trans neon green Miru.
Yes.
And I will wear the mask, and you will have the designation of being the guy who made my Miru.
And it actually is a good investment because recently Skype did something and they made group video free. So we may be bringing back the TTV vlogs. We probably definitely will be bringing them back.
In fact, this episode was supposed to be a TTV vlog.
Yeah, that
but
was
then
an idea.
Meso was being stupid again, like how he was
Hey,
years ago, and said,
I
"Yeah,
was-
I don't want to do it, man."
I was
Yeah, you
just
should've
like,
heard
let's
him.
get the show on the road.
He was having a temper tantrum.
I just
Pretty
wanted to
much
get the
was.
show on the road so people wouldn't have to leave, and what do you know, Kahi had to leave, but it didn't really.
He just had to change his diaper. It's cool.
Okay.
Everything's fine now.
We may
Now-
be bringing back.
AKA, we could have done a TTV vlog, but Meso was being dumb. Anyway.
We'll do it later. There's time for that. Now, the final thing is,
The episode's almost over, LJ. There is no time.
not for this episode. But anyway,
Yeah, because of
This episode was supposed to be special.
So-
stupid Meso.
in order to enter the contest, you have to either take a picture from all angles or make a video of the mask from all angles and send it to this account. You do that, you're in the contest. I will judge. We'll see who wins. June 23rd. That is when you have to finish that Miru. Gold, cardboard, pepakura, metal, paper mache, one of those.
This is gonna be
Your
great.
mission. You now have your mission.
Oh yeah.
I'm curious
Good
how many
luck.
people will actually do this.
Well, we'll probably make like a separate video talking about it after
Yeah.
this. So, there you go.
Okay.
Be free. Make
Alright.
make a
Cool
mask for me.
beans.
Thank you.
Whoa.
Now then,
Look who's back.
welcome back, Kahi. What happened there?
Hi.
Oh, what happened?
I'd rather not talk about this right now.
So, Kahi, you're an idiot, aren't you?
So Kahi walked outside.
Well, so something happened that I thought was important, and it turns out it did naturally. Well, I mean, it actually happened, but it happened it happened, I guess, earlier. And I mean, like, okay. Basically, something was supposed to happen and ended up being quote unquote postponed. And as soon as I heard it, I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna do this. So
Kahi's
I'm
friends and
back.
jerks were the only good people he knows.
Yeah.
And that is stretching it, considering
are
Eljay
the
is the worst
pinnacle.
person I know.
Of life.
Lol.
Now, Keeney, I'm not the worst person you know.
Who could
And
be
we all
worse
know.
than Eljay and his mango stick?
I will kill you. Listen, you female Zactan. Anyway.
What did you just say?
Female Zactan.
Oh, you're dead now, man.
Uh-oh.
You drew the
Prepare
line
to be
there.
swarmed by vipers prototypes. Oh wait, no.
The line has been crossed.
Let's see. We've talked about our history. We've talked about everything.
Eljay, you anachronism.
We almost made an announcement, but we haven't made an announcement. We've made several minor announcements. Time for...
I don't think iTunes is minor.
Yeah, it's pretty major, you're right. And now, unfortunately, they can't all be good news.
A solemn note.
It's the 100th episode, and with it does come some pretty bad news. And I'm gonna
really?
hand it over to you for this one, because you're the one it's dealing with.
mange.
Oh.
Invictus, if you will.
Oh yeah, so I guess I'm supposed to announce it right now, huh? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Anyways, I've been called by my church, the Church of Jesus Christ for Latter-day Saints, aka Mormons, to serve as a missionary wherever they send it. They gave me an envelope after I filled out an application, and I haven't opened it yet, but it's going to be telling me where I'm supposed to be serving as a missionary for them for the next 2 years. I could be leaving at the end of this month, or I could be leaving in a few months. There was another guy that got called as a missionary around here that isn't leaving until September, so I could be leaving in quite a while, but I'm thinking it's at the end of this month. But yeah, that's it. I'm going to be going on hiatus from TTV. I'm not going to be here for the next 2 years. And
we just gotta hope we're still around when you come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very long time. Things will be quite different when you come back.
You will either come back and we've all disbanded, or you will come back and Bionicle's back and we're thriving.
Just imagine, we started this, started like the YouTube channel back in like 2010, and it's been like almost 4 years. Just imagine if I had left like then when it was starting up, only to come back to it now. Wow, that would be something else. That's such a drastic change. I wonder what will happen when I come back like in 2 years.
I wonder what Sideswipe would say.
What would Sideswipe say?
Yeah,
I guess
but
another thing we should mention is that the day this episode was released is actually the 40-year anniversary of TTV. May 5th was when we posted our first episode. So that's another interesting thing. But yeah,
on the bright side, we'll still be able to keep in contact with Envy, so maybe that's a new segment for TTV. We can say
will probably do that.
Letters
from Mange.
Letters from
Mail
Envy.
from Mange.
Alliteration going on there, yeah.
You got mail.
IMs from Envy.
Oh my gosh. Let's not start
no one got my throwback.
I know AOL. It's okay, Var, I understand.
Well, Envy, we are going to miss you. Mostly I will miss you, because I feel like you and I have a kinship. You are like my other half.
Mange is my oldest friend here. I've known him longer than
I know. I've like known almost everyone here for a long time. I was even in like iBZP for an episode that never even turned out to be successful.
Yeah,
dude, I was in an episode that was never released.
Yeah, we've been with Envy through some tough times. Like when we lost so many hosts, we helped Envy through his WoW addiction.
Yeah, that was definitely you guys. Thanks.
Now he's gonna say Nota to Dota, as he always says.
Yes.
It's gonna be rough.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, is your goal to do some more analysis episodes and release them after you're gone?
I'm thinking of 1 or 2 more. Like, I think the first analysis that I made, which I still really don't like that much. Anyways, that turns like a year old in 6 days-ish, something like that. So I wanted to make a video before it turns a year old. So I'm at least gonna make 1 more, but hopefully I can make more. I don't know. I might not, just because I hate this freaking microphone. So much background noise comes out of it for no reason. It's very random when it comes to it. So it depends on my microphone. Otherwise, I will try to make more.
Yeah.
You will be missed, senor.
Yes, I know. I will miss me too. I'm just kidding.
You gotta do, I mean, here's what we gotta do: a standalone video, the Mange montage.
I just wanted to say for a second. I mean, just how I've known you guys for so long. Venom. I met in a Linkin Park topic, like before BZPC or anything. Sometime in like 2008, we were talking about Linkin Park and like random songs and stuff.
Dude, yeah, I know, right?
Then I met Keeney and Meso, like, at the beginning of 2009 with the Vaki fad.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like, before any of us started chatting with each other, we were talking on there. And, I'd seen Eljay around, not really anything about Kahi, not anything about VAR, but then that chat, the BZPC, holy crap, that's been 5 years now.
I'm pretty sure I met you on the BZPC.
Yeah. It's been a long time.
It has been a very, very long
Just
time.
a bit of
It's been a good run.
Here's a bit of mange trivia for those that may not know, even though I think everyone should have. I've mentioned it before. The reason I call him Mange is because of his old name, Mangekyo Itachi. And Envy just never caught on. It sounds weird to me. Which is why I called him Mange.
I think you've done it in the Greg Farsty interview. I know you have. I think that's like the
I did
one
that
time
'cause it
you've
was-
done that.
You were correct, because it was confusing otherwise.
Yeah.
Well, Mange, I haven't known you for long, but you've been...
But it's been
It's
been quite a bit
Why
of
are you
months
laughing?
anyways.
Any second, Viper's
You're
just
leaving.
gonna start
No,
crying.
because he's like goes back real far, and then there's just me who has no history whatsoever.
Hey, at least you like
That's why
bought
you-
Dark Souls after I mentioned it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Before
thank you for getting
Meso
into
as
Dark
well.
Souls
Like
for
Meso
this
said he was gonna
game.
get it for like the longest time, and you still got it before him. That's a
Actually, you know, there
Keeney
is a
did
sad
too.
thing. Yeah, I did too.
I'm so sorry.
There is one sad thing to this, and I don't
There's
want
more
to
than
be a
one.
prophet, but Envy, you're the first one of us to really properly
know.
leave.
leave on good terms.
Life.
Well,
Yeah.
not only
Yeah,
leave
but
on
it's
good
but I'm not
terms,
even, like,
but just
checking-
like, I mean, you're not coming back for at least.
You're getting a proper sign off.
Live your
That's
life.
very true.
Yeah.
But-
And
I don't think any of our other prior hosts have ever had an actual sign off where it's actually kind of sad to lose them.
You were correct.
Well, I don't have
Never
anything
before.
emotional right now to say or anything.
You're the
but-
first core member that we've lost.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It'll only be for 2 years, and then he'll be back, and
Yeah,
we'll
only
still be
2
here,
years.
right,
Nothing
guys?
will have changed.
Only
but
2 years.
You know what?
I hope so.
We all know what can happen in all of 3-6 months as far
Two-
as
Yeah.
not talking to each other anymore. So who knows?
That's
This
your
might
problem, not
Be
ours.
the last
Maybe. I
see
wouldn't
of
bet on it.
Tenebrae Invictus.
It's maybe.
We gotta pull
Oh,
through.
I
I wouldn't bet on
Mange.
it. We've seen crazier people come back and like after we had never heard from them, like Jolly.
Well,
Or-
true, but that is under the assumption that we stay together at this point, because who knows? Maybe the next one to go is Venom, and well, actually,
Yeah,
no, the next
but-
one to
Been
go
there,
would be
done that.
Kahi.
But Keeney,
Been
Facebook,
there,
yo.
done that with.
Yeah, and you know, when we have that mange montage, we'll even call back Sarah McLachlan. She'll sing.
Oh yeah, she'll come back from the freaking dead. Oh wait, she's not dead yet.
Mange's
Yeah,
farewell
that
video
one.
should be Indiana Jones and the
Oh my
parodies
gosh.
produced.
That poor hard drive. 8 hours of work in one day, all gone.
we
That was
gotta
just
do
half the
something. We
video.
gotta Envy. We gotta re-record the grenade PSA.
We could just release that old thing.
No.
No, we
Well,
don't.
we'll do
Record it
both.
in
We
Halo
don't really have
3,
time
maybe.
to freaking refilm that.
Yeah, we do.
We can do it in Halo 4 because we got the pit back. We could do it.
Yeah, but you know what else
Either
we
that or
tried to
Halo
film that didn't work out at all? TTV, the Halo Machinima, and Halo 4.
But Envy,
Uh,
you have to understand,
It
things are
worked
better now.
out. We just lost the footage.
It sucked.
I like
it was horrible.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
It did not suck. It was awesome, and it would have
You guys
gone
were like,
somewhere.
you guys kept trying to say, if only someone could be here to help us, and then expecting me to come right away. That's an obvious giveaway that I would never do. Anyways.
Okay.
You know what? Maybe I am glad that you're leaving.
You know, Envy,
be like
I remember that time where you said no to playing Dota. Gee, you're a jerk, man.
I remember that time when something bad happened. I don't really know what, but something did. And,
Remember
yeah.
that time where someone was gonna leave call, and right before they could say why, you're just like, bye.
Well, yeah.
Wait,
Always intercepting my
pretty
well
much every
be
time
back
someone
tomorrow.
leaves call.
Well, BBT, bye.
In my early days of being a member,
Bye.
I'd wake up during the night. Of Mange and Lots playing Dota.
You sound
Oh,
like
yeah.
you're crying.
I'm
I
not crying.
missed
It is
the
a
Dota
sad event.
talking.
It is a sad,
Because
sad
they were
event.
good times.
And I'd like to say we'd follow this up with another good announcement, but we're out of announcements.
I actually have a bad announcement.
What?
Better. a bittersweet announcement.
What's going on?
You as a father?
The Amazing Spider-Man 2 went to 58% on
No!
Rotten Tomatoes.
It's okay. I'm gonna.
But it has subsequently risen back up to 61.
Okay.
So bittersweet.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna
have
go
an
see it
announcement.
in a couple hours.
I have an announcement. I'm hungry.
Congratulations.
What time is it? 4:30.
I don't care.
It's 4 in the morning for me.
I don't care.
Wow,
It's
King.
9:38
Not
at night
caring.
for me.
Wow.
That's cool.
Mange, do you have any other thoughts you want to say to our fans, or would you rather save these for a goodbye video?
I don't know about a goodbye video, but I don't know.
We're gonna do it.
This doesn't really feel like a goodbye to me since I'm not leaving like right after.
Yeah, that's
this.
true. We'll save those thoughts for the future.
Well,
Yeah,
hey,
it's been interesting seeing
Yeah.
this channel grow and being like those random times where I'd get on the call but I wouldn't be able to talk and I'd be recording the episode for you and then having to send it to you and that sort of thing. I've been doing so many things in the background for this channel. It's been interesting being here. I might not.
You
be
didn't even come on until like the 20s of the TTV episodes, wasn't it?
It's something like that. I don't know. I was around in the group and stuff, but I like refused to be on. Plus, it was on Sundays, which I couldn't do. There was a lot of things that were problematic for me in the podcast at first, and always has
You
been.
overcame them. You persevered, and you're stronger than ever. And the analysis, which people love, and don't get the jokes behind ever.
Yeah, pretty much all the serious people with the videos.
Hey, you lied to a lot of fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like my third
see a
grandmother
Hapka.
dying, she's alive and well right now.
Your third biological
very
grandmother.
Or CA Hapka sabotaging the game.
I think people like that has like 2 dislikes now. I bet it's because of those comments. Because there were like people that are like, I'm a CA Hapka fan talking in the comments. I bet
and
people
then
were just upset with it.
Monog.
Oh yeah, cheating and
Boys of them.
Well, I guess that's really it for that particular thing.
yeah. So
We'll save the sentimental stuff and the goodbyes for a later video, but we're on borrowed time now, guys.
Yeah.
Well, dang. I was just going to say my goodbye right now and say thanks.
He's not leaving.
Thanks for all the wah-wahs. And
Not leaving yet.
no, just kidding.
No, the inward laughing, good memories. I remember why that even came about.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'll probably explain in chat.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, let's move on.
Is there even anything else to talk about on this 100th episode of ours, since the good announcement was delayed?
I think we've covered everything, honestly. I can't even say, like, we'd also like to announce that we all have now good quality microphones, because we've already done that, so...
Old news.
Yeah, it's old news.
Oh, I know.
Got any stories, Eljay?
No, let's not.
Are you
start
really
that.
asking that to me? Are you
Yeah,
really asking
LJ
me if I have
has
any
no
good stories?
Yeah,
No,
you
no,
really
I have a bunch of
asking that
stories.
to LJ?
Are you?
You see,
Really?
I have quite a few stories. It's just,
They're not good.
it's a matter of whether or not they're good. Yeah.
Good, yeah.
Yeah.
Good, yeah.
That's been about it.
Go on, Kahi, the epic sequel. I think that would be a good conclusion.
It's not that great of a sequel, to be honest. But okay, I'll tell you. Welcome to Live Potentially 2.0, people. So, a little bit of background. So, my city has, like, this highway that goes through it. And on one side it has, like, a strip mall, and the other side has, like, an actual mall, you know. And, in between, you know, on part of the strip, there are these homeless people. So these homeless people, now, I'm gonna use homeless and, like, quote unquote, because they have been standing out there for, I think, a good year and a half, almost close to 2 years now. Same people. They sit out there and they have signs, okay? Now, rumors are, a lot of people said that they've seen them, staying in the hotels, you know, in town, every night. That's where they sleep. Sometimes I've seen one of these people come out and they'll sit in a lawn chair with their homeless sign and like the thing, and that kind of just rubbed me the wrong way anyways. But anyhow, usually I just drive through the area, but today, my mom dropped me off, I had to get something, and she was on the other side, and I said, okay, I'll just walk down to her. And I'm walking down, and oh boy. I'm actually kind of mad now.
Oh boy.
So this lady comes up and he says, hey, you got any change? And I was like, no, cause, and she says, look, yeah, well, she says, hey, and she points to her sign, and her sign says, like, I didn't think I would be homeless, but now I am. Please help. It could happen to you too. Something like that.
Oh, no.
And then she points to her sign, and just as I guess like if I'm an idiot, I can't read it. He says, "Hey, it's like, don't judge, man. One day you could end up like me." And I was like,
"You just said you didn't have any change."
And she's like, yeah. She's like, I didn't think I'd ever be homeless or whatnot. But look where I am now. And I said, hold up. Hold up.
You can't produce change.
Are you insinuating that just because you made every wrong decision in life, made absolute failure of themselves, that I should give you money because one day I'll be as much of a failure as you are? And she was like, wow. I was like, hey, it's like, no need to be like that. She's like, I'm just saying at one point, so, you never know. Well, you never know. You could be up here with you. I said, no. I said, I know 100% that I'll never be there. And she says, no. I said, are you sure? She's like, I hope the economy could crash. You could go homeless any time. And I was like, yes. She's like, I could be homeless. I could be absolutely penniless. But I would never stand by the side of the road, like, begging for money like a dog.
Oh my god. That is
and then she flipped me off.
I'd just be like, oh.
She flipped me off and yelled some stuff at me, and I walked off. But that's my recent encounter.
Oh my god, you're such a jerk.
Did she say something like "open your eyes to reality"?
Did she say something like "open your eyes"?
Reality.
Kahi.
Yes.
That sounds like "That Happened" material.
It kind of does. Like, well, I mean, like, it does kind of sound like That Happened material. It's one of those things, like, it's not like, the homeless person was shut up, and she was like, oh, I can't believe, no, she started yelling at me and, like, flipping me off and, like, throwing stuff at me, It's not like I got it and everyone was like, wow, it's such a sick burn. Nobody cared at all. Like, that was just something I said.
What?
See, if I was you, I just want to go. If they start
doing
stuff, I just want to go back with my car, just trying to run them over.
Wow!
Whoa.
Viper is a psychotic. You've heard it here first.
Breaking
No,
news.
It rubs me the wrong way. Not just like people are, asking,
what
but they're like
rubs you
trying
the
to
wrong
guilt
way?
me.
Yeah,
they're trying to guilt me into giving them money. Like it's like my responsibility, or like it's like if I don't give them money, I'll end up like them, and I'll be worse off for the deal. It's just like the fact that they act like it's that they deserve something as opposed to like it being like a charity thing.
I'm not gonna say anything. Just not.
Yeah, maybe
not everyone in
should.
TTV condones the thoughts and opinions of Hinuva.
No, don't like.
Oh no!
If let's say you didn't actually legitimately have any change.
Don't say
it.
I like how Viper
produce change.
Viper, I like how you're still the whole
trying to reason out the situation.
Story, the only thing that you picked up is the change. The change.
No, but it's not.
I actually did not have any change. To be fair, I didn't.
You had the change, Kahi. The change.
Didn't have any change, and he
change.
And he got like
the change, Kahi.
No, like, I was just the more I was thinking about it, the more I was like, you know what? I could like, I like,
The
I
change.
it was like your arm that happens, you know.
Let's change this conversation.
Georgia, the jungle, strong as he can be.
Alright.
Georgia, the jungle.
I'm messing
Watch out for that tree.
Bam.
Let's change this conversation.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sarah McLachlan.
Singing George.
Singing George of the Jungle.
George.
Well, I get.
George of the Jungle.
Oh wait, I just realized. What if this video gets content ID matched?
Yeah,
Cause he's George.
it's okay. It's okay.
of the Jungle.
She will come back and tell them that everything's all right. She gave us permission.
Florida
For
Red.
that tree. Okay, no one's gonna freaking copyright Marcus for singing George of the Jungle at a completely sad and depressing
That's not what
tune.
I mean.
It doesn't make any
That's not
sense.
what I mean. I meant earlier when I was reading the list of members gone by.
Wait, the list of
No,
members
I don't
is
care. You were
copyrighted?
talking over.
No.
You were talking over it, and it only lasted for like 10 seconds.
Okay, fine, but if it happens, I called it here first.
Yeah.
Added
to the list, Meso. The list of stuff Meso called.
Yeah, because we
The
didn't
list of
donate.
stuff that Meso called.
The list of stuff that Meso called that never happened.
Speaking
Like
of
Halo
lists.
on Steam.
You know, we have lists of like all sorts of things, like how many TTV episodes I've had a part in naming, how many times
you do not
Keeney
have
has
that
not
list.
been here for episodes, how many times
94.
Viper has nearly asphyxiated herself due to laughter,
100% of the time.
how many times VAR has screamed at me to be fired, how many times Meso and I have gotten
You're
into
fired.
a color debate over some Hero Factory preliminary picture,
How many times Vars said kill yourself?
how many times Kahi just repeated every single word while he was trying to get an argument through. Or how many times
Because
Envy
I
has
have
laughed
to repeat it again for
inwardly.
your thick head.
Lol.
You mean trying to get it through his thick head?
Or how many
night,
times
last
Keeney and Kahi have gotten into a hoverboard debate over Mass Effect 3. Or the Mass
Okay.
Effect 3 ending debates. Those are endless.
Let's do it right
Ending.
now, okay?
No,
because
no, shut
100th
up,
episode.
shut up right now!
Okay.
In the
That's like 4.
arms of...
Eljay, where were you going with that?
I just wanted to mention all of our lists and
Wow.
running gags. So,
No, this
nowhere
is-
really.
You know what's
This is
really
basically
what's
trying
sad
to,
is 90%
inside
of
drama,
those we do
like-
not have lists for.
Can we have a list of how many members left because of LJ?
Can we have
all those cast
a
members.
list?
Let's get a list of that, right? Just about.
Hey,
just
you
nearly
see-
about.
We should have a list for that. Think about how much better off we are.
How many of them are also
Imagine
working
Oh,
by
dude, I
LJ?
dream about that all the time.
Here, let me look at the list. Actually,
Let's
not
see.
very many of these are because of me.
Actually, many of them are because of you. See, let's
see.
start with... no, I'm just kidding.
Elena's because of you.
One.
Scotos is because of you. Thomas is because of you.
Okay, Tom is not
Mirka,
because of me.
Mirka.
Tom
Ian.
and Mirka are not because of me.
Yes, they are.
How?
You're the only one who knew them.
No, not coming into the cast, leaving it.
Actually, no, Mir left because of you.
No, she did.
Oh yeah. No. Mir
she
did
did.
leave because of you.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, not fully me.
Which-
That was kind of a half and
Which
half thing.
in turn, no.
So it wasn't
A
because
lot,
of me? No.
a lot of the big issues involving Tom and Mir also involved you, LJ. You are a big major contributor
Ah,
to
yes,
both Tom and Mirka
The
leaving.
Tom and Mir
You,
issues.
LJ, you're the consistent straw that breaks the camel's back.
Yupari definitely left.
I'm gonna be
because
the
of you.
consistent fist that
Sumiki
breaks your
definitely
fist.
left
Sumiki,
because
definitely.
of you. Brickeen's left because
Sumiki
of you
didn't leave,
because
he
he
was
was
fired.
with Sumiki.
Yeah, well, they were chumps anyway, so, you know.
You're a
I've
chump.
done I've
Well,
done
maybe
so.
Ian,
You think about what we
Well-
would be with those people still here. Tom, we'd still be backlogged in episodes. Mirka, we'd be constantly on edge.
okay, let's not remember the bad on our episode
Let's
that
remember
we're
the
supposed to be celebrating.
positive.
And bad-mouthing people.
We just talked about how Envy's leaving. That was pretty bad.
Yeah, but we want to end things
Not
on
as
a note.
bad,
That's why we had
Malcolm.
KAHI'S story.
Okay. Fine. Let's talk about the good times. Okay, we're done talking about the good times. Let's end the episode.
What are you talking about, good times?
Not with those people. Not with you.
Alright, let's get this over with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a good way to close things out would be, of course, we're not going to spend this whole almost 2 hours just talking about how great we are and how much we've achieved because we couldn't have done any of it without you.
Or
Me?
fans.
Thanks, no, I'm just-
No, the
You
fans.
see, if we had video, it'd be more direct, and we could point at the audience.
Don't do this.
I could point at
fucking-
me. Hey, I'm
Don't
doing
bring
that
it
now.
back up.
So, yes. And now, over the years, we've expanded from just some small, run-of-the-mill podcasts struggling to get by and get any notoriety to a pretty big force in the...
I'm not even sure
Well,
you could
community.
classify our original episodes as a podcast, honestly.
Yeah.
Those are horror bad.
Horror bad. That's a
Horror
new one.
bad.
It's even
They were
worse
pretty
than
bad.
terror bad.
Nowadays,
It's horror bad.
it is not through our own force of will that we didn't do it all by ourselves, is what I'm trying to say. What we did do,
Tarzan trailer was
we
horror bad.
pushed through, we persevered, we got through the dark ages, but it was you, the fans, that lifted us up and gave us the momentum and the positive reinforcement to say what we're doing here is worthwhile, and to continue to do it and to have the drive to go through 100 episodes, however many series we have currently, Biocraft, all these projects that we've done over the years. Had it not been for you guys, we probably would have lost motivation and dropped off a long time ago. Because there's only so long you can manage without knowing that you're actually making a difference. And to illustrate this difference, Viper, you were a fan of ours for a long
Oh,
time.
yeah,
What
Why
have
were
done?
why were you a fan of us?
because you were
Way to put her
funny
on the
and
spot.
I like Bionicles.
Bionicles?
Everything is
That's-
funny.
Hey, Viper, I got a question. Who's your favorite
What?
host?
Don't do this.
Clearly
Yeah,
me.
don't do this.
Yeah,
I'd
dude.
like
Don't
to think Var is her favorite.
don't
host.
embarrass
Hi.
yourself
It's
when
Meso,
she
of
says
course.
it's not you, Eljay.
Oh, it's definitely Meso.
No.
No.
See, now I have now sown discord into her
Hey,
voice.
no
She's not sure.
relationships on the podcast.
Let's not
Yeah,
get
man,
let's
so-
not get into that
That's,
debate.
that's terrible.
Now you just turned this innocent joke.
Broken. Jeez.
Yeah. You just turned this innocent joke into something completely different.
Yeah,
we bring up
LJ.
your past, Eljay.
Whoa.
Shut up! Shut up!
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we're gonna
Let's
talk
talk
about
about
this,
LJ's
let's
past.
talk about.
LJ was a horn dog on the TTV podcast,
Why do
everybody.
you think
Well,
all our
that has
girls
been
left
episode
except for
100. We
Viper?
thank you all for listening. It's been a wild ride.
If you're a female and you want to join TTV, go away because LJ will hit on you.
I will end you.
We have a leader.
I do
we
no
have
such
Lucas,
thing. I do no such
Erica,
thing.
Mira, Potu. That's 5 people. There's only one. host
LJ
that
literally
stayed with
hits
us.
on everyone.
That's
He is
not
like
a
the-
coincidence by any means.
He's like the deathly skinny, like the Holocaust survivor.
Oh,
wow.
basically.
The Holocaust survivor Anakin.
so much for not remembering the negative.
I repeat, I do not do any such thing. Don't listen to VAR. In fact, if you want to be on the TTV podcast, don't, because VAR is here. He's gonna be.
LJ's sexual harassment was so bad that Alina literally had to quit.
What was that?
We're done here.
Someone drop a bowling ball on a glass table?
See, I wish I could do that. Just throw stuff around the room to make it
Messo's just freaking out. Ah!
LJ's just freaking out and being like Tommy Wiseau when he like messes up the room.
I did not do it. I did not. I did not.
I did not hit
Oh,
her.
hi, Mark.
Oh,
Lisa!
hi,
All
Mark.
right.
Starts pulling all the drawers out.
I think this is a high comedic place to end it.
You're tearing me apart, LJ.
Oh
my gosh.
God.
God.
That
Oh,
was
yeah,
so
I can do that
fun.
too. No.
Oh, that's my sister.
Okay.
You better
LJ,
leave.
what are you doing with his sister?
Okay, so anyway, thank you all. Not just for listening, but for following, supporting, posting, favoriting, liking, rating,
Donating.
everything that you do. Not donating, because we don't
Well-
do that.
We had a guy donate once.
Your support is truly, no sarcasm, no jokes, it's what drives us every day that we make content here. And for as long as we have support from you guys and the rest of the Bionicle and LEGO community, we will continue to do so to the best of our ability, barring any cataclysmic events that
The
may
great
happen.
cataclysm.
The great cataclysm of the internet. Thank you all for listening to this, and cheers to another 100 episodes to come.
Ew.
And also any other future announcements we may have to make. Cough, cough.
Honor.
Insert stuff here. This episode's about to go off air. I guess you could say.
Yep.
So, thank you all. I am Messinac.
I'm Verderan.
I'm Eljay.
I'm Kahi.
I'm Venom.
I'm Tenebrae Invictus.
I'm Viper.
I got
Tony?
this. Keeney Hawkeye!
My mic was muted, I'm sorry.
I'm Keeney.
Alright.
I'm at the end of Keeney. I'm sorry.
Say your name.
100th episode, guys. 100th episode, and we still can't get this right.
You know what? If
I
we
love-
couldn't get this right 55 episodes ago, what makes you think
That's
we're
how
getting
long
right
it's
now?
been since you've been on? Wow.
How'd you come to that number?
Keeney, say your name quick.
Keeney.
Kenny.
Okay, fine, whatever.
My name's Keeney.
You already
all.
said it, didn't you hear
Yo,
him?
man,
He
I'm
was
Keeney.
like,
I'm Keeney.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it sounded just like that.
I'm last. See you all on the next exciting episode of the newly rebranded TTV Podcast.
Well, maybe not me, huh?
Oh, Envy, why'd you go and do that?
Goodbye.